how the three principles, how when you start learning this, it's like it can be really frustrating. And it feels like, okay, I get it, but I don't get it. I understand it, but I'm not feeling it. And I think this is a good one to speak to this today because all three of us are actually struggling with overwhelm and that kind of stuff today. So I think this is a perfect opportunity to talk about this. Even today, I've been struggling with real bad overwhelm, and it's so easy to think, oh, what's the fucking point? Just want to give up. I just want to just live where I am and just let my mind just do whatever the fuck it wants because it feels like you're trying to control your mind. But what I realized today as well is my partner actually dragged me out of my office. So like, come on, because you're going in that thought storm, and I was going in a full thought storm. I was trying to organize everything, and I was getting overwhelmed. And my partner actually literally dragged me out of the room. He said, "Look, you just need that space." Um, and I did. I needed that space, and we went and got in the hot tub, and it was quite funny because as I was looking up at the sky, there was loads of clouds in one area, and then in the other area, it was literally like clearing up. It was like blue sky. I was like, "This is quite funny because that's where I am right now, and that's where I'm going to be in a minute if I just calm down and just let myself." And yeah, I'm getting a lot of this with my clients as well, where I understand it, but I can't feel it. I understand it, but it's still not helping me. And I think the thing with the three principles, it is frustrating because it's not a doing thing. There's nothing to do. The more you try and do, the more you get stuck. And it's frustrating for us humans because we're so used to doing, we're so used to having a task to do. But the three principles is do nothing. The more you do nothing, the more insight will come, the more you'll get good ideas, the more clarity you'll feel. Because I used to get really frustrated, and I do sometimes because it's like with hypnosis, you can just go and get hypnosis. I mean, it never worked on me. So I don't know why I'm worrying about it because all that shit never worked on me. But I'm seeing other people, and then you kind of like, oh, but they just get hypnosis and then they're free. No, it doesn't work like that. It Some people do, but with the three principles, it's going past that and it's being patient. It's allowing ourselves to be patient in knowing that the insights will come because they do come. Even when I'm in my crazy thoughts and I'm in that tornado and like earlier I was so stressed out, I know that I'm just in a thought bubble. I know that it will come as soon as I let off the control because I was trying to control it. Again, I was trying to control the overwhelm instead of just sitting with it. And I want to tell other people that are starting this journey into the three principles that it's okay that you don't get it straight away. It will come. I don't know if any of you guys wanna share anything, Jen.
You know, with that, I want to point out that the more you try to understand it, the harder it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's a surrender. It's a surrender like completely, you know. I've been My plate has been piled pretty high this week. It's been a whole bunch of things, just pile it on. And it's like I can feel all those thoughts, all those what ifs and might haves and should haves and what the fucks and like I can feel it. It's like a current. But with everything that's been piled on, it's like I know I can't think about it. And it's this surrender. It's this knowing that I'm not running the show, knowing that there is that life living through me. And if I just get out of its way. And so with every new thing piled on, I mean, you know, I'm wasn't prepared for this. I'm was supposed to go home yesterday and I did not. And I but everything that piled on, I just surrendered a little bit more, dropped a little bit lower. As the noise got louder, I had to drop a little bit lower, surrender a little bit more. And it's our minds trying to figure it out that keeps us stuck. And I'm sitting here trying to think of how to drop that, and there is none. I can't tell you. I can tell you that if I was sitting where I'm at a year ago, I would be so stressed and so in my head and just spinning in circles trying to do everything that nothing would get done. And today I am, you know, well, this is just this is it. Okay, this is how it is now. Let's take our next step and see what happens, right? And I'm trying to pinpoint at what point I surrendered, but I can't tell you, I can't put that into words. I can't, but it was the second I stopped trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, this understanding and trying to make insights happen and trying to get it, it's not about pushing through the wall, the wall of thoughts, the things that have been stacked upon each other. It's not about pushing through it. It's about seeing and then knowing that that wall is literally made up by thoughts. You can actually see through them. Kind of like Melissa started off with the clouds and the sun. Yeah, just because it's really cloudy out and really overcast does not mean that the sun is not shining behind those clouds, because I promise you it is. It doesn't stop. Just because we can't see it, just because we can't feel it, doesn't mean it's not there. Just means we're going through a rough time. So for me, the past 2 weeks, I have been fighting the worst head, chest, upper respiratory, whatever infection that I have in a while. I have had to cancel podcasts. I have had to turn down opportunities. I have had to sit with that and be okay. To be okay in the knowing of what I needed for the past 2 weeks is a heck of a lot of rest for my body, to honor everything that my body was telling me, what my wisdom was telling me to just stop. There was a day last week, I didn't even get off my couch. I didn't open a laptop. I didn't step into my office. I did absolutely nothing. And I didn't feel guilty about it. A little hard at first, because at first my mind was like, oh, but while I'm sitting here, I could do this and this and this and this. Get this out of the way. Let's work on this. Let's do this. But when you slow down and you let the clouds pass by, you let your wisdom speak, and you listen and you honor it, it says, no, your ass is staying right on the couch. You're going to get your blanket. You're going to cover up. You're going to doze off and on all day, because that's what you need. And then that's what you do. And don't beat yourself up for it, because it happens. So, yeah, I mean, all kinds of different types of stress here, 3 different types, but all overwhelming, especially when your to-do list feels like it's getting way up there. And you don't have the strength, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, because you're trying to push through the wall.
And when you surrender,
Yeah.
just this is how it is right now. Good, bad, ugly, it doesn't matter. Take exactly where you are at that moment and know that if you allow yourself to and get out of your own way, you will know exactly what to do. The answer is just below the noise.